17 days of Hanukkah or whatever you're celebrating. And we're going to do things a little differently tonight. I'm going to thank everybody. And then we're going to talk to our pal Larry Kruger, who has a tribute today to his dad, George, who passed away this week. So I want to get this all out of the way and just kind of turn it over to Krug, and we'll talk to Krug just for a second here. But let me thank everybody that came on the show today, and Chad Millman, Brent Musburger, Marcus Thompson, Dennis Ranahan, Tim Ryan, and Farhan. We had Farhan on, so Friday is usually pretty easy for me. Even my feeble mind can remember everybody that we have on, because it's the same, except for Farhan today. Also want to thank Daniel for doing a hell of a job, not just this week, but this entire year. It's not been easy booking guests, especially when we had no sports to book guests, and trying to figure out a creative way to make the show entertaining. And he's done it, and we couldn't do it without Tim, who hits the right buttons at the right time and the right sound, and runs the show like a maestro. So, dare I say it, B. Smith, he's better than you. I'm sorry to say that. No, you guys are even. I just want to see if B. Smith is listening. If he was, it'd be fantastic. I'd be getting a text within the next 15, 20 seconds. So I just want to thank all you guys for being part of the show. It's like a family. It's just 4 hours of fun. It doesn't feel like work, and that's the way I think sports talk should be. Just having a good time talking sports and doing a lot of laughing. And everybody out there, have a happy holiday season. Enjoy everybody and soak it all in. So usually we do a lot of laughing around here, and we'll do a lot of laughing when I come back. But there are some times where life kind of takes over from all the laughter, and this is one of those times where, a family member passes away. And in this situation, it was, Larry's dad, George, and he grew up here. And his mom and dad listened, and they have a lot of friends here. And I know he meant a lot to Larry and that family, but I'm sure he meant a lot to a lot of people here in the Bay Area. So we wanted to have Larry come on, and I know he has a tribute to his dad. And we just wanted to say, we love you, man, and hope you're hanging in there. How you doing?
I go away for a couple days, and suddenly Farhan shows up. I mean,
not a coincidence.
You know what? I hate to say it, but we might ask you to go away more often.
All right. Thanks, before thing.
Oh man, thanks Tom, thanks Mark. It's this never easy. It's never easy to say goodbye to a parent. I've said goodbye to two this year, so it's been doubly hard. But there's your family, and then there's your radio family, and our radio family is you, Tom, and Tim Webb, Dan Ogden, Rod Brooks, and I just want to thank you guys because, this has been a trying year, and, it's just been a trying year for me personally, and to deal with me and some of the ups and downs and some of my oddities the last few months has just been, I'm sure, I just want to say thank you because you guys kind of knew what was going on in my personal life. You gave me my privacy, but you worked around that, and I just feel like I just want to thank you guys because what we do is not always easy, and we share a lot of laughs, and sometimes real life is not laughs. So I just can't say enough about really all you guys, and Mark as well, since we face off with Mark, and I talk to Mark, we're friends. I just want to thank
a third of his show, Larry.
Giving myself, giving me support during what has been my most trying, difficult year. So I just want to thank you guys for that.
No, Larry, absolutely. We're here for you, and this is more important than a radio show. It's life, it's family, it's somebody you spent the majority of I should say majority, all of your life with. So it's a parent. And, I lost my dad a few years ago, and it's hard. It's not easy, and you've lost both this year. So I, just want to know, we support you. Anything you need, anything you want, we're always there for you. It's got to be as tough a year as you could possibly handle. So you never have to ask. Whenever you want to, you need to take time off for however long to feel good and come back. We got you. No worries whatsoever.
I want my 29 Pineys is what I want.
Wow, we're up to 29 now? I thought we settled on a case. What in the world's going on around here?
A Costco case. Yeah, Costco case, Tom. Please. If you could.
If anybody can make that happen, I could probably make it happen. I could probably make that happen, hopefully in short order. I know you wanted to say some words, and you had a tribute and everything, so we're just going to sit here and listen, and we'll let you go ahead and say what you want to say. As I said, Larry's from here. Larry grew up here, and the family's from here, so it's not like me doing the show from here, or my family's from Southern California, and they moved to Vegas, so they rarely listened. Occasionally my dad would listen when he came up here, but I know Larry's parents listened, and they have a lot of friends that listened, and it's kind of like a family thing. So he touched a lot of people here, I'm sure, in the Bay Area. So we just want to let you do your thing. Say what you want to say. I know you and Tim have your tribute, and just go ahead. We'll just sit back and listen.
Thanks, boys. I appreciate it. I really do. And, I thought about this. I'm becoming, familiar with this, which I didn't want to ever be. But, I've got this down now that I've done this. This is now the second time I've done this. But, I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, what do I want our KNBR audience to know about my dad? First of all, I just want to thank literally thousands of people that have reached out to me and my brother Chris, my sister Kim, my sister Jennifer, since my dad passed on Wednesday night, in just an overwhelming amount of support. And I was saying to my brother the other day that it's bittersweet. Obviously, it's bitter in that we're losing a person that we love dearly. It's sweet in that it really shows just what a community this is, and how many people really do care. And I can't to say I'm touched by this doesn't even really speak to it at all. I'm just overwhelmed, and I know a lot of them are as well. The number of people on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram that just reached out, read the tribute, and had incredible things to say. And one of the things that came across from one of the people, and it was not even somebody I knew, just somebody who's like, hey man, I don't know you, but I listened to you, and the way you talked about your family through the years, both at night when you were in the morning with Gary, and now with Tom and Rod, it's like I feel like I know you. And it was like, man, I sat back, and that one floored me, because I was like, wow. But that's the goal. That's the goal, is to, Gary used to have this thing. He used to say we'd have, something we talked about during a commercial, and he'd say, you want to live on the air? Let's live on the air. And he was so great at that. And, living on the air is mostly glory and mostly fun. And only days like this is it at all a burden or difficult. But I just, when I thought, what do I want you guys to know about my dad? I'd like you to know his story. And, just a short story, his dad, Clarence, was a man of another century. He was born in 1899. Kind of like Kipe, he grew up on a farm in Wisconsin. And he left home to enlist in the Army to fight World War I. He lied about his age to get in the Army. And when he came out, they said, you can go anywhere you want. And he wanted to come to San Francisco. And so they sent him to San Francisco, and that was a day where wherever you went was where you were going to be. And he lived the rest of his life in San Francisco, and that's where he made his life. And he got a job, working for Muni as a cable car conductor. And my grandmother, Benedetta Calvo, was a daughter. She was a daughter of Italian immigrants, and she lived in North Beach. She just happened to live in a flat that was on the cable car line. And he, believe it or not, would write her, he would see her in the window, and he would write her love notes and put them in a newspaper and throw that newspaper up on the stairs. And she'd come down and get it and read it. And, of course, they started to date and fell in love and got married in the 30s and had only one son, my father, George. And so my dad grew up in North Beach, and he loved North Beach. His whole life he loved North Beach. And he played strikeout at the North Beach Playground, played baseball at Funston, And then he joined the Salesian Boys Club on Filbert Street, right there in Washington Square. And the club's director at the time was a man named Angelo Fusco, and he mentored a lot of the young boys, a lot of the young Italians in the area. And you know, we're talking about some of them become very famous people, like John Molinari and Joe Alioto. And my father was in that group of young Italian boys who